I did tell my father, I said, I think I'm bisexual, because I didn't know the word transsexual. I feel like a male on the inside, even though I'm female on the outside. He mentioned something about Oscar Wilde being gay. Then he said, oh, we can take you to a psychiatrist to show you that the life of a girl can be just as rewarding. My name is Rupert Raj. I'm 62 years old. I live in Toronto. At birth, I was assigned female. Today, I'm a psychotherapist or mental health practitioner. Growing up, I didn't know the word transsexual or transgender. I thought I was the only person on the planet like me. I grew up in Ottawa. I was born in 1952. My father was East Indian, my mother was Polish. I just intuitively knew I should have been a boy when I was 3. I shared the bedroom with my sister. She was 2.5 years younger than me. So we shared the bedroom, and I used to wear my father's tie. I guess I sneaked one out when he wasn't looking, and a blazer I had, and would look at myself in the mirror. So I asked her not to tell anybody, which she promised not to. She was a lifesaver for me, because she was one of the very few people I shared this with, and she didn't understand it, but she went along with it to support me. Apparently they hit an abutment of a bridge and the car flipped over. There was a farmer who had witnessed this in the next field. My father died instantly in the hospital. My mother lived for 4 days, but would have had serious brain damage and obviously would have been in a vegetative state. She was just approaching her 41st birthday, I believe, and my father had just passed his 50th birthday. I still had to wear women's clothes at school, of course, because I was in grade 11, I believe, or 12, and then in grade 13, the distress got so bad, I quit school just after my 18th birthday in March 70, I think it was March 1970. And I went to the Royal Ottawa Hospital. It was a psychiatric hospital. I threatened suicide. I said, I want to kill myself if you don't give me male hormones. At that time, you had to be 21, and I was only 18. Luckily, I escaped shock therapy and tranquilizers and so on. They wouldn't give me hormones. But I started wearing male clothes, even though I wasn't supposed to, and I would even hang out with the guys on the male side because it was segregated. Nobody gave me grief, luckily. And then finally, I got out of the hospital. I did some research, and I found an endocrinologist in New York City. So I wrote to them, and I got my oldest brother to sign off for me, because you had to be 21 and I was 19. So I was able to do that. Nothing like tea, it's a wonder drug. And the libido went right through the roof, and of course all the physical changes came about, shortly thereafter, over 3 months or so. The menses stopped, the fat redistributed, the muscles developed, my Adam's apple grew, the voice lowered, the sex drive went through the roof. Of course, I got hair on my body, my facial hair and chest. So overall, my body image improved, my self-esteem, my self-confidence soared. I just felt more, I grew into my skin. I felt more like the real me, that I could present that to the world. Then I saw Dr. Wardell Pomeroy in February 1972, the psychologist who used to work with Alfred Kinsey at one time, and he gave me approval for sex reassignment surgery, for the top surgery, which the technical term is bilateral mastectomy, but I like to use the term male construction surgery because it's constructing the male pecs. So I had that surgery done in August 1972. My sister came down with me. So it really felt, I kind of felt like I was born again, or born for the first time, that I could turn myself inside out, my real authentic internal self. I could now show to the world, this is really who I am, who I really am, and who I need to be to exist in this world and not feel like I'm a walking suicide. The work I do with trans folks, gender questioning, sexually questioning individuals, teenagers, adults, it's so gratifying for me to be a small part of this life-changing process for people. I'm 62 now, so I'm moving on, and I have a real sense of contentment in my and fulfillment in my personal life, my professional life, my activist life.